try to play, but you're never gonna beat me. Look the other way, what I'm doing ain't easy. Bloody hands stained from the people who deceive me. Muddy hands break through the chains, go free me. Looking for change, looking for pain, pulling a mob, pushing a train. I'll never stop, stick to a lane, pick up the pieces and go rearrange. I'll be the best above all the rest, put me to the test and expect nothing less, you check as I'm chess, what's happening next, yeah. He got the venom, a tangible weapon, no coming in second. This life is a lesson, he got a new engine from pain, it's a blessing. New focus, no guessing, just bold and obsession, all in his possession. You got their attention, I'll leave an impression and take your redemption. Just kill, no discretion, your mind is a weapon. 11-11, it's time for progression, You could try to play, but you're never gonna beat me. Look the other way, what I'm doing ain't easy. Bloody hands stained from the people who deceive me. Muddy hands break through the chains, go free me. People like sheep move feet, hurt it easy. You don't wanna be fast asleep when they scheming. Better stand tall, ready for a fight, believe me. When they try the chains, you can say no, free me. So he's been looking for somebody who could save him, instead of searching inside for what they gave him. A strong will, strong mind causes mayhem. We could change the world, change times, rearrange them. Staying on pace, running the race. Life is a chase, I don't want a place, I wanna be first. Work till it hurts, dehydrated thirst till I'm in a hearse. High ambitions and the right mind can take you so far. It's like you lived a few lifetimes. Take off, I'ma break off from the weak minds. They can stay soft, you can change lives, you create thoughts, never waste time. You got one shot, you got one life, better pop off. What do you like? Make a dream job. No 9-5, no mean boss, just my life and free thoughts. You could try to play, but you're never gonna beat me. Look the other way, what I'm doing ain't easy. Bloody hands stained from the people who deceive me. Muddy hands break through the chains, go free me. People like sheep move feet, hurt it easy. You don't wanna be fast asleep when they scheming. Better stand tall, ready for a fight, believe me. When they try the chains, you can say no, free me.
Alright, what's up YouTube? So I want to show this and point something out, because these are the things that make targeted individuals skeptical, okay? And it makes them question things, because when there's no excuse for certain behavior and certain activity by somebody that you interacted with, it doesn't make any sense. All you're left with is questions. So it's not like you're paranoid, you're just asking questions. This is the job that I took last summer, when I went up to Du Bois. Now, I would now say that I believe that that it was a complete setup, okay? Now, that probably sounds, to a normal person, that probably sounds like I'm just paranoid and and skeptical of everybody, you know, and I'm hyper critical, right, of everything and everybody. But I'm going to show you this now. This was the coworker, the guy that basically underpaid me. Like, I got ripped off hundreds of dollars. Didn't give me information. Nothing made sense there, right? It was real shady. And he got real weird anytime I tried to bring up the targeting, okay, and the gang stalking. He got weird. He would always say he didn't feel comfortable talking about it. He didn't want to talk about it because he was afraid if he talked about it that he would be targeted, right? And he acknowledged what I was saying. He believed what I was saying, but he didn't want to talk about it at all, right? Now, that's important. He didn't want to ever talk about it, okay? And the girl that introduced me to him, they were seeing each other. He ended up screwing her over, too. She claimed to be a TI as well. She knew about this stuff. Now, I don't know what the truth is to this day, but all I know is he screwed her over in the end, okay? And he was very shady to me, but you could tell, I could sense a battle in his head. Like, he was torn. Like, he was doing something that his conscience didn't agree with, right? Like, I believe he's a good person, but you could clearly see it with this guy, right? That you could see he was torn, that he didn't agree with what he was doing, and he didn't know what to do, and there was nothing he could do, it seems like. So this was his phone number, okay? We corresponded back and forth. This is last year, This would be July 20th, 2023. Now, on these messages, okay, he had sent me like a screenshot, okay? It will not let me bring up the screenshot. I click on it, it just won't let me. I would send him links to the targeting, right? So I didn't talk to him about it. I would just send him things for him to watch. Like, look at this, you know. I'm telling you, the thing to do is to talk about it, is to speak out about it. Because if you don't, you'll disappear one day. And then you won't be able to say what you thought was going on, right? If you stay silent, then you're a target. Then you can easily be taken out at any moment. And they don't know who to look at, who did it, right? But if you speak openly about this stuff, then they're not going to do anything to you because they know that if something happens to you, they're going to be the first person they look at, right? Whoever you're blaming. So it's important. It doesn't seem like it, but I'm telling you, the thing to do is to speak openly and often about all your speculations. Put it all out there, man. I'm telling you, that's the best thing you can fucking do. They already have all your information. They already know more than you can imagine, I'm sure. They have already infiltrated your life to the point where they probably know what fucking color your ass hair is, right? So what else do you have to lose? Put all your information out there. They're already going to be getting any information they can and using it against you. So just put it all out there. I'm telling you, it has worked wonders for me. So whenever I meet with somebody who's intelligent, clearly intelligent, and you explain these to him, and the only thing he can say is, he don't want to talk about it. He don't want to talk about it. It doesn't make any sense, right? So then I would speculate, okay, he's obviously part of this. This is, the whole thing was a setup. He's part of it, right? The company that I went to work for down there, the owner was a prior Army Ranger. Okay, he was like a Black Ops dude. Okay, so it all fits. It was an auto shop to do like diesel mechanics. Okay, they worked on diesel trucks. Now a lot of my perps are truck drivers and shit. Like they are all in these groups. Okay, so it like everything points to it was a complete setup, right? The guy that owned the house that I was living at was a truck driver. And within a week and a half, as soon as I got comfortable, right, and vulnerable, and had all my stuff down there and my son, then the guy tried to kick me out on the spot, knowing I had nowhere to go, and you know what I mean? Like, it's the whole fucking thing seemed like everybody was in on it. It was a setup. And the guy whose house we lived in, guess what? He happened to be a Megan's Law offender. Isn't that crazy? How many coincidences can you have, one person have, right? This guy actually had legal trouble as well, this guy here. And I helped him with his legal trouble. Like, literally I believe I helped him 100%. Actually, I saved his ass. Because I went to court with him one day, and I spoke for him to the state police officer. Had I not been there, and had I not gone, he would have went to jail that day. And it was all something I went through before. For driving under suspension. I'd lost my license for so many years. I knew what it was like. So I helped him to do, stop it, Lola. What was probably scary. And, nobody wants to face, but I helped him. And I'd like to think he got over it. We're supposed to stay in touch. And I have texted him through, it's been like 10 months? So I've messaged him different times and reached out to him. And it's funny, because this was his phone number here, but the messages, the screenshots he sent me, they just won't let me show up. Lola, shut up! This happens every time I try to do a video. So it's crazy, right? So here's the correspondence, I'm good, what's up, we good, this is Josh, okay? Now, I'm not going to even say his last name, because it doesn't matter. I'm not out to get him fucked over. I think they were stepping on his throat. He was in trouble, and law enforcement was on his throat, getting him to do this shit, right? Using leverage and intimidation. It's what they do, right? I'm not blaming him for being involved. I'm blaming the handlers, right? The authorities, law enforcement, for putting people up to doing this sick shit to people, right? Because I could tell he was a good person. He was torn. He didn't want to do what he was doing, but at the end of the day, what can you rely on? People are gonna practice self-preservation. they're going to save their own ass, right? They're not going to sacrifice themselves for no reason just to tell somebody something that doesn't them no good. You know what I mean? So I don't blame Josh, okay? But everything here points to it was a setup. I would love to hear another explanation for all this shit. And why can't I bring up any of the pictures, the screenshots he had sent me? It won't let me bring them up. I know I was able to view them before, but here's something he got me to do when I was down there. It was probably part of the setup. He got me to download this app, right? And he would always talk about trying to get the owner of the company to use this app with his company to make things easier. And it made sense, when he basically presented it to me. But once I seen how the relationship was and the interaction, I realized the owner wanted nothing to do with this. He didn't want this person to have their grubby hands into his business any more than they already did. Okay, and I did catch this person stealing from me, so it suggests that he is probably somebody that's not really to be trusted. I believe he's a good person, but some people just can't help themselves. They think that things just belong to them if they can take it, so they do. I'm not a thief. I'm not going to say I've never stolen anything, but I'm not a fucking thief. I've made mistakes, and I've taken accountability for those mistakes, and I have no problem admitting that. Anyway, this app, we never used it at all. I never even seen him using it. But he really wanted me to download it, right? And then this was actually his email, and the password, they asked me if I would use my phone number as a backup, right? As whatever it is, 2FA or whatever, two-factor authentication. And I agreed, you know what I mean? But then once I was done, right, once I realized, okay, this is a setup, and I came back home, then they tried to get a hold of me one day. Where was it at? Let's see. July 23rd, July 27th. See, now this is an image I sent him. It won't even let me bring this up. And this doesn't make any sense. I sent him this. Okay? I believe it was from this phone. Because I had this phone at the time. It doesn't make any sense. Like, I was sending him, like, Rusty Cage music. We're the Gang Stalkers, shit like that. And, like, I knew this was his number. There was no doubt this was his number, right? And then I sent him links to Scott Schmear's videos, right? And this is what I had to say about Scott. I was trying to, he would never respond to any of it, but I believed that he was involved, so I would keep doing this on purpose, right? Because it would make him uncomfortable. I'm sorry, I'm not going to call you out, but I'm going to do things that make you reveal your intentions, right? So that you can't be comfortable when you're fucking gang stalking shit, right? Sorry, you made a wrong choice. You still have a power of choice. If you made the wrong choice, you have to live with those consequences. Sorry. Don't get mad at me if you're uncomfortable with the choice you made. So I told him, I said, this guy was a stranger on the internet that helped me understand what was going on at a time when I needed it the most. I'm proud to call him a very good friend today. I said, Scott gets harassed 24/7 with technology that forces him to hear gang stalkers' voices in his head all day, every day. After getting to know him, I can say with confidence that he's absolutely not crazy and he's extremely intelligent. He's one of the reasons that I continue to spread awareness about this sick program. And I said, I'm helping people that were in the same position that I was in when I met Scott. I could care less about the idiots that think I'm crazy or the people who might retaliate against me for speaking out. I said, I found my purpose and nothing will stop me from helping TIs that are being tortured daily for no good fucking reason, right? And I would send them links. And then August 1st, okay, this is when I broke down in Evansburg with my daughter's car. Right after I went to the courthouse. What do you know, right? I was doing something with my son at the courthouse, and there was actually the lady that works in the office in Patton. In the Patton Borough office, for some reason, was sitting outside the courthouse right at closing time. And when everybody is exiting the courthouse at the same time, when they're closing, I started recording. She went in the courthouse. I stayed there and kept recording. She never came out of the courthouse. What was she doing there? I don't know. Don't ask me. And she works in the borough office here. If I'm not mistaken, it's Kober. I believe it's Bob Kober's wife, if I'm not mistaken. I could be mistaken, but there's only a couple people that work in the borough office in Patton here. But why somebody who didn't work in the courthouse would be going into the courthouse after closing and not coming out when all the employees are coming out at the same time, I couldn't think of a reason why. I don't know. But I stood there and recorded and waiting to see, and she never came out. A good 15-20 minutes. All the workers were gone. And I'm standing there in front of the courthouse recording this, and she never came out. But she made sure she was sitting right outside when I came out of the courthouse, right where I would see her, right? Do I believe she was gang stalking me? Abso-fucking-lutely. And I believe she went into the courthouse to hide because she knew I was recording because she could see what was on my fucking phone. Okay? Because these people all have access to, like, they can see what is on your phone. They see what you're doing in real time on your phone. Okay? That's what I've determined, like, almost positive. My brother said things to me that suggested that the only explanation is that he can see what I'm doing on my phone. And he thinks he's funny by doing it or something. Like, he. Like, what the fuck? You just told on yourself, you idiot. Are you fucking stupid? Why would you do that, you retard? I already suspect you. Why would you tell on yourself? This can't be very smart, you know? Like, it doesn't bug me. I already suspected you, dumbass. Why do you have to tell on yourself? It doesn't make sense to me. So, like, here's a screenshot I sent him, and it doesn't show up. It won't show up for me. I don't know why. And now, other people that I have conversations with in my text messages, this doesn't happen. Not at all. So, let's see, August 9th, SOS. This is when he needed access to his, when he needed something from me, right? I just chose not to respond. Because he owed me hundreds of dollars, fucked me over, didn't give me any answers, right? He never responded to any of my shit. Then when he needed something from me, I said, yeah, well, what motivation do I have to answer your fucking phone? To answer you when you need a hand now. You know? So, and this is last year, August 11th, when I'm broke down. Let's see. That was August 1st, okay. And then August 9th, SOS, he said. And then August 11th, I sent him a link, right? And then August 11th, I got somebody saying, who's this? So it was only 10 days later. I said, who's this? You know, it was Josh. Why do you now have Josh's phone number? Who is this? You know? Now I'm curious, right? So September 1st, I kept sending him links. September 1st, Hillabit. I don't know what Hillabit is. I don't know why he sent that. Or whoever sent it. But then September 3rd, I sent him a link. And then today, I sent a link. And then I got this back. Who's this? I said, John. John who? Hofer. Okay? I answered your questions. You know who I am. I don't know you. Who are you trying to reach? I said, isn't this Josh? No. I said, okay, so I'm confused at this point a little bit, you know. There's an explanation, right? So I said, did you possibly just acquire this number in the last 6 months? Because this was the number I had for him last year. I don't know. Leave me alone. You see what I'm saying here? This person said, I don't know. Leave me alone. Okay? He could have just said yes or no. Real simple. I said, okay. LOL. I said, I wasn't trying to bother you. Just trying to figure out why I have this number saved in my phone if it's not correct. You have a blessed weekend. And then I said, people wonder why the world has gone to shit, right? I'm a smart ass, so I had to throw that in there. So he come back, or he or she, whoever this is, right, with, yeah, I told you it wasn't him, and I don't know you, and then you ask me questions like I'm bullshitting you. Now, where does that come from? Why would he get the idea that I thought he was bullshitting me? I said, I wasn't implying that you were bullshitting me at all. It was just a simple yes or no question. If yes, case solved. If no, then I would have been more curious. Sorry to have troubled you about it. Have a nice day. But I didn't keep responding because he told me to leave him alone, whoever it is, right? This person has problems. Now, certain people want to claim that TIs are paranoid. TIs are skeptical of everybody, right? What would you say about this person? Is this how this person reacts with everybody they talk to? Because I would say that's very, very crazy, paranoid, Or there's something here they don't want to uncover. They don't know what to say or do because they're caught, right? Now, with everything I've been through and everything in this message here, right? And everything that I just explained to you, what do you think it is? What would you think it is? Do you think I just don't understand how things work and I'm just paranoid of everybody and everything and there's perfectly good explanations to all this and this guy's just an asshole, right? But he could have just said yes. That's all he had to say. Yes. Like he just got this number or something. I don't understand what his mindset was. Okay? Now, I purposely don't jump to conclusions because of this program. I don't assume anything. And I'm very cordial and polite with everybody I can come in contact with. It's crucial, if you're a TI, that you do that. Try not to have an attitude with anybody because they'll try to get you pissed. That's the whole game, right? So try to just make it a habit, a routine to be cordial, polite with everybody. Even if you are speculative or paranoid, don't show that, Try to get in the habit of just asking questions and saying less until you know more. It's okay to state your speculations, it's natural. Curiosity is a natural thing for a healthy mind to have, right? Not a broken brain, a mentally ill person, or a schizophrenic person, okay? Curiosity does not fit into the wheelhouse of a schizophrenic person, okay? So don't believe what you hear, right? Ask more questions. There's nothing wrong with asking questions. If people don't want to answer, that's their problem. And if they get weird like this, that's a bigger problem, I think. I think there's a whole bigger problem that you might have just uncovered. It might have to do with me, it might not, but I'm not the problem here is what my point is. Okay? The problem is this person or this, whatever the answer is to this, right? And from everything I've been through, my speculation is that this has to do with the program, the gang stalking, the people doing shit in the shadows that they know is not right, and they're scrambling, they're pissed, they don't know what to do. They don't want to say anything because they don't know what I know. They understand that I'm not dumb, okay? And that I don't ask questions that I don't already know the answer to most of the time. Like if I'm asking a perp a question, it's because I probably already know the answer. And I'm just making them uncomfortable and I'm forcing their intentions to be revealed. You know what I mean? You flip the script. Don't let them make you uncomfortable. Make them uncomfortable. But do it with kindness and do it with love. You know what I mean? Don't do it with hate. Don't be aggressive towards your gang stalkers. Be polite. Confront them. Go up to them. Start a conversation with them. You'll see the anger come out in them, like they're possessed with a demon or something. I swear to God, it's you can't make this shit up. But I believe it's not any one or the other. It's everything. Okay, it's demonic possession. It's people knowingly doing this. People doing what they know they're not supposed to be doing. People that just think it's okay to pretend like they don't know what's going on, as long as they don't state it, their intentions. They think that they'll never have to, be accountable for their actions. But make no mistake, there's somebody, some higher power is watching it, knows your intentions. They know what you're thinking. They know what you're doing. Nothing in the shadows is ever done in secret. There's always somebody, something, a higher power, something watching, whether it's the government, whether it's God, it doesn't matter. There's no way you get out of this and you get away with it, okay? You don't get to. If you think you do and you get away with it for a while, that's just so you drop your guard and then the universe can smack you in the face with karma, right? So when you're asking yourself, what did I do to deserve this, that's when you'll accept that there's more to the whole thing, right? And that karma is real and that you're getting punished for your actions, right? For what you did in the shadows to people, to other human beings, knowingly, okay? If it's a victimless crime, it's not a crime. Sorry, I don't believe in that shit. That's just, the crime is the people that created these victimless crimes for money, to pad their wallets. That's the crime against humanity. They're thieves. They're stealing your money and calling it legal, and saying that you're a criminal while they are, stealing your shit and your money. That's what it is. Call it how I see it. But I felt it was important to share this because of this person. Now, I wouldn't be surprised if this person, Josh, okay, obviously you've seen his email address. It's not hard for somebody to figure out who it is. It's Josh Rebuck, okay, is his last name. He has Big Rig Geek on TikTok, right? I worked with him at this job for Richard's Truck Service, okay, up in near Du Bois, okay? That was the company I worked for, Richard's Truck Service. So I believe he was involved because he saw what was going on. He saw I was putting forth my best effort, just doing what I can in the situation I was in, and it was just like they just, it was weird. Okay, if you're a TI, you know what I'm talking about. Nobody wants to acknowledge the elephant in the room, and nobody wants to give you nothing makes sense. They don't want to give you any answers to anything. They leave you with the least amount of information as possible, and they all act strange, right? Not normal. Sorry, but 37 years before being targeted on this earth, I remember what normal is, and I still consider myself very normal. And hopefully we can bring some normalcy back to this fucking world, because it's gone crazy with all this shit. It's nuts. You can't make this shit up. I believe that my reality is the right one and the normal one. And anybody else who wants to stay in denial and keep doing this fucked up shit for whatever reason you tell yourself at night to get to sleep well, or look yourself in the mirror, sorry. Why don't you just entertain the possibility that you were wrong and start looking at other options that you might have moving forward? Because if you don't you ever think about what's going to happen? You don't think nothing stays the same. Everything always changes. So if you're at the lower end of this, like you were getting your neck stepped on because you got in trouble and they were using intimidation and fear to control you, well, I hate to tell you, but you're at the bottom of the fucking ladder, and you are going to be the scapegoat that goes down unless you do something about it. One thing you could do about it is to speak out about it. What are they going to do to you? If you speak out about it and then they do something to you, think about it. That makes them look bad, doesn't it? You really think they're going to do that and risk exposing the cover-up by blatantly censoring you for speaking out? That's what blows my mind. People don't realize that. If you're scared to talk because you signed some NDA or something and then they threatened you with jail time and shit, they threatened you because they had to threaten you. If they didn't, they lie. That's all they do is lie. If it was the truth, they wouldn't have told you. They wouldn't have told you at all. They keep all that shit close to the chest. They don't tell you anything unless it benefits them. Okay? When you learn the truth and you learn what your power is with your rights, you'll realize that they're just a bunch of fucking liars. And you have way more power. You don't have to be afraid in the shadows. If you're a perp and you're being, somebody's basically using, exploiting you, they have some dirt on you or something, don't be afraid to come out. Nobody's going to judge you for whatever it is that they have on you. You know what I mean? Everybody makes mistakes. But I'm trying to give even the perps the power to speak out about this, because it's not right. You might not have known what was involved at the beginning, But there's a group of people who know exactly what the fuck they're doing. They're evil sons of bitches. There's a special place in hell reserved for people like that. But for everybody else who just felt, they're victims too. A lot of the perps are victims of this program. And when you now see what's involved and you see what the truth is, I believe that the perps should team up with the fucking TIs and take down this fucking program. Come on. It's not that far-fetched, right? But there's something that keeps these perps so tight-lipped and so fucking scared to speak out. That's what you need to overcome. Overcome that shit. Speak out. If enough of you do it at the same time, they can't come against you. They won't risk it. Think about it. Use your common sense. Right? They might do other shit to come after you, but you're going to protect yourself by doing this. That's how it works. That's why they came out with whistleblower protections and shit. Right? You know what I mean? This isn't like... This is their game. The whole system, I believe, is corrupt. So this happens at every level, all the way through. If you're just at the lowest level, then you got a lot to learn. You need to speak out. Don't believe your fucking handlers. Don't believe that shit they're telling you. They're feeding you your head full of fucking brainwash, lies, bullshit, false promises, empty promises. And then they will throw you under the bus and fuck you over. No matter what, they will. That's the plan. You are just a pawn. You're just being used. You're not going to get anything you're promised. You're going to get fucked over. I promise you. I've seen it happen time and time again to these perps. Following me around and shit. So, I hope that this helps somebody. I hope I got through to somebody. Sometimes I just assume that everybody is intelligent as I am or something. But I don't mean to belittle anybody. But I need to realize that not everybody is smart as the next person, and that's not their fault. I'm not belittling anybody. Don't get mad. I'm calling you stupid or something. I'm just acknowledging that sometimes the way I talk makes people feel stupid, and I apologize if I do that. And I could be wrong. You could view me as a stupid son of a bitch who's a dumbass, right? I don't see it that way. I consider myself very intelligent. But it's hard to figure this shit out when you're on your own. Nobody's giving me information. I'm figuring all this out on my own. That's it. The only people that helped me was Scott Schmier. Angels Don't Fall helped me at the beginning, too. I don't know what happened to him. I don't understand. I think he's been a perp the whole time. I don't know. I'm just voicing my speculations. And Will, he had a platform. TI News had a platform where I learned a lot of information that helped me out. Didn't hurt me, it helped me. If you want to try to claim like I got played, like he was just using me as an LOL cow, well, I hate to tell you, it's no skin off my back. It's nothing compared to the shit that the people have done to me. If it's harmless YouTube shit, I don't fucking care. I don't care. Was he doing things to help TIs? I believe he was. Whether he was also trying to get clicks and views from them, maybe, I don't know. I don't care. It's irrelevant to me. It doesn't matter to me. It makes no fucking difference to me. Do you understand that? So quit trying to convince everybody the TI News is a perp, and because what did he do to anybody that made their targeting worse or hurt them in any way? Please. He called out people that needed called out, and he created a platform for TIs to get together and share information. The way I see it, that's a good thing. That only helps TIs. So after that, when you don't have somebody like that in the community doing that for people, what happens? It's a standstill. There's a whole bunch of believe me, there's a whole bunch of counterintelligence fucks in here spreading around disinformation, trying to confuse everybody and gaslight everybody. They just, they're here and there and there and there. They do nothing but lie. So isn't it just make sense that we have to group together and share information so that we can reveal the truth and shit? It just makes sense. Anybody tries to tell you it's not a good idea to network and, coordinate and collaborate with other TIs is a fucking perp. I'm sorry. because or they're just stupid as hell, because that makes no sense at all. The name of the game is to isolate you. Why would you help them isolate yourself? You know? Hello? McFly? Is there anybody in there? So, if you feel stupid, then it's because you're supposed to feel stupid. Now you're smarter. See how that works? That's how that works. You have to get harsh criticisms so that you can become a smarter, better person who understands how things work better, and you're not as naive as you used to be. Believe me, I was so fucking naive when I came into this. I'm still naive about certain things because I just have a hard time believing that everybody's capable of the fucking horrible shit they do while lying to your face. So I have a bad habit of trusting people at face value. But I refuse to, fall into that rabbit hole mind fuck where you think everybody's out to get you. That doesn't help. That doesn't help you at all. And that's not the truth. It can't be. There's no way that program would not work. It's just a select few that are highly complex and organized and coordinated, and they have the playbook, and they fuck it up all the time. That's how we're able to expose them when we do. They're idiots, because smart people would not do this. Only idiots would engage in this kind of activity. So I just want to show this. Hey, if I'm wrong about any of this, Josh, if you see this, or if this was you, I suggest you take my advice, Mr. Big Rig Geek, because I did nothing to you. I did nothing but try to be your friend and help. That's all I do for anybody. So if anybody gets mad about this, take a look at yourself. Don't look at me. Ask yourself why you're mad. Okay? And is it a choice you made, or something I said that made you mad? Because words shouldn't make you mad. The truth shouldn't make you mad. And if it does, you should only be mad at yourself, not anybody else. The truth is the truth. That's all I had to say about that. So with that being said, remember, be good or be good at it. Peace out.
Could try to play, but you're never gonna beat me. Look the other way, what I'm doing ain't easy. Bloody hands stained from the people who deceive me. Muddy hands break through the chains, go free me. Looking for change, looking for pain, pulling a mob, pushing a train. I'll never stop, stick to a lane, pick up the pieces and go rearrange. I'll be the best above all the rest, put me to the test and expect nothing less, you check as I'm chess, what's happening next, yeah. He got the venom, a tangible weapon, no coming in second. This life is a lesson, he got a new engine from pain, it's a blessing. New focus, no guessing, just bold and obsession. All in his possession, you got their attention. I leave an impression and take a redemption. Just kill, no discretion, your mind is a weapon. 11-11, it's time for progression, oh! Could try to play, but you're never gonna beat me. Look the other way, what I'm doing ain't easy. Bloody hands stained from the people who deceive me. Muddy hands break through the chains, go free me. People like sheep move feet, hurt it easy. You don't wanna be fast asleep when they scheming. Better stand tall, ready for a fight, believe me. When they try the chains, you can say no, free me. So he's been looking for somebody who could save him, instead of searching inside for what they gave him. A strong will, strong mind causes mayhem. We could change the world, change times, rearrange them. Staying on pace, running the race. Life is a chase, I don't want a place, I wanna be first. Work till it hurts, dehydrated thirst till I'm in a hearse. High ambitions in the right mind can take you so far. It's like you lived a few lifetimes. Take off from a break off from the weak minds, they can stay soft. You can change lives, you create thoughts, never waste time. You got one shot, you got one life, better pop off. What do you like? Make a dream job. No 9-5, no mean boss, just my life and free thoughts. You could try to play, but you're never gonna beat me. Look the other way, what I'm doing ain't easy. Bloody hands stained from the people who deceive me. Muddy hands break through the chains, go free me. People like sheep move feet, hurt it easy. You don't wanna be fast asleep when they scheming. Better stand tall, ready for a fight, believe me. When they try the chains, you can say no, free me.